Today, we're joined by SJSU faculty, Nadè who's going to discuss her journey from student to teacher and practitioner in the field of public health. So Nadè, really excited to talk to you today. Before we get into today's topic, I was hoping you can introduce yourself to our viewers by sharing a few of the significant moments that shaped who you are and led you to your current role at SJSU.
Yes, hi. My name is Nadè I'm originally from Skopje, Macedonia, and I have been living in the Bay Area for a little over 10 years. My entire career, including prior to coming to the United States, I was working in public health. And to be honest, public health came very easy to me. I have always been and continue to advocate with a lot of passion for promoting wellness and equity in the communities. Some of my work is focusing in addressing systematic health disparities and empower individuals to lead a little bit healthier lives. I work in healthcare management currently, and I oversee operationally 2 clinics, dental and oral surgery, as part of a big hospital system right here in the Bay Area. I'm a very proud Spartan. I got my graduate degree with Master's in Public Health at SJSU. And I fell in love with SJSU, with someone who has completed a degree outside in this country. And then I got back here, got my BA and another degree. I really must say that San Jose State is an epitome to inclusive, diverse, welcoming, inspiring, a very healthy learning safe place, which I had a great mentor, Dr. Ring, who built this pathway for me in this new experience. So being a part of SJSU led me to want to be part of and give back by teaching.
Wow, that's really awesome. Thank you so much for just sharing a little bit about your story and just how you got to where you are today. Yeah, I really just heard through your voice and with what you were sharing, just how public health has been kind of a lifelong passion for you, dating back to your upbringing and then coming here to the US and what you studied in school, what you're doing now professionally, and just hearing some of the values that really are really significant for you, thinking about addressing some of the disparities in health that we have here, and that really aligns with the values of our public health program. It's also just great to hear that you've gone through the public health program in the graduate version of that and had such a great experience that you wanted to, come back and continue teaching and supporting the next generation of people who are going into public health to address those health disparities as well. And actually, that you mentioned some of the work that you're doing professionally. So yeah, in addition to teaching, you're working with the Alameda Health System. Is that correct? I was wondering if you can just share a little about your role and how you incorporate some of that experience into your teaching practices.
Yes. So I think what's really cool about it is being, a faculty member or a teacher at San Jose State and a professional with Alameda Health System or AHS. I think I'm able to incorporate theory and practice, and I bring that to my teaching. So, and I know I mentioned a little bit, but my role at AHS involves currently collaborating with a lot of healthcare professionals to improve patient care experiences, enhance operational efficiency, and foster a cultural safety within the organization. And this is like really hands-on experience that allows me to share some real world examples and case studies and best practices with my students at SJSU. And, this allows to a little bit enrich their learning experience, coming from, firsthand and preparing them for the challenges they may encounter in the field of healthcare management. I think that by, incorporating some insights from my work and, my experience and into the teaching, I'm able to sort of bridge that gap between theory and practice, helping students understand how concept learned in the classroom can be translated into action in the healthcare settings or in public health in general. What I try to do, and I often integrate current trends or industry standards or practical experiences into my lectures by providing students with a little bit holistic approach of complexities of, real life public issues. I think also, my experience at AHS also informed discussions on topics such as healthcare policies, patient-centered care, organizational leadership, which is one of the topics that we talk about. Healthcare system, which is one of the topics that we talk in Introduction to Global Health, fostering critical thinking, solving skills and among the students, etc. Additionally, I think that, being able to, work at AHS and San Jose State University allows me to not only contribute to the advancement of the healthcare management practice, but also give it, like I said, give an example and empower the folks, the students for the next generation to, go out there and be part of public health, because it's, there's so much that we can do, and it's really so cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. All of it's just so important, both in what you're doing in your role currently, professionally, like you said, really just thinking about the overall patient experience, thinking about it from the efficiency standpoint, the safety standpoint, all those things that you touched upon, and then how you're able to bring all those real life examples, like you said, into the classroom to really bridge the theory and practice for students. That's so critical in any discipline, but I think particularly in public health, that's really critical to have that blend of theory and practice, and provide those examples of how people can actually apply what they're learning inside of the classroom, beyond the classroom, like you said, to advance the field of public health overall. You touched upon your course a little bit. You mentioned that you're teaching the Introduction to Global Health course. I was wondering if you can dive a little bit deeper in talking about what that course consists of, and maybe share an example or two of some of the valuable learning experiences that students have.
Oh yeah, awesome. Of course. So we're learning a lot of, it's a very comprehensive approach. So we are talking about determinants of health. We're focusing on risk factors for conditions. Then we're going to talk about burden of disease. Part of the Introduction to Global Health also has like a cost, identifying effective ways to reduce global disease burden. We're focusing also on multidirectional links between health and social economic factors. We're talking about policies. We're talking about integrating research and writing into policies, identifying potential future challenges, strategic planning for healthcare access, emergency preparedness, learning all the ways that, actually global health has impacted all of us. No matter where you are in which part of the world, it does has, impact. For example, when we think about how, a war somewhere in Bosnia has a significant impact on folks living here in the States, etc. And, this class teaches the foundation, but also it's really, really creative, that allows students to be creative and participate in policy advocacy, strategic planning to change. There's a lot of cool projects going on. So I think this is about, the gist of it.
That's awesome. I mean, it sounded, as you were describing it, just really, really comprehensive. There's a lot of different dimensions to it. But I think I like how you highlighted too, how it's all very intersectional too. And you're really thinking about how these things, the interplay between all these different dimensions, and also how those things can affect us at an individual level, at a community level, at a global level, like you said, because we're all part of the system as well. And it also just sounds really fun too. Like you said, there's it's not just people passively receiving this information, but there's opportunities to be creative and to engage with the content as well. That's awesome. Well, to wrap up today's conversation, I was wondering if you can just share what advice you have for those who are interested in completing our public health degree program and advancing their career in the field of public health.
Well, this is very easy for me, at least, I think, sort of. Like I said, I hold San Jose State dear and near to my heart. As somebody who graduated from San Jose online program, I think the flexibility of learning at your pace and the same time engaging with some of the same mission-driven folks in your group, I think it's a great formula for success. And like I said, I also graduated from an online program, and this program allows for folks to have the freedom of learning in their safe, comfortable space, but also being mindful and inclusive for the folks who are working professionals. Public health can be as colorful as and wide as you want them to be. So you can be an advocate for community engagement, capacity building, policy change initiatives, working in healthcare system like myself, or also one of my passions is advocating for equal and equitable access to resources and care. And I think that lastly, we're all part of public health one way or another. And I say this quite often to my students is education is prevention. And I think the deeper our understanding grows, the more we have to offer to the world in its healing journey. So I think it's a beautiful cycle. as we learn and we share, and as we share, we contribute to the collective wellness of our global community. So I think public health is the way to go.
Awesome. I don't think I could have said that better myself. No, I really just like how you highlighted. I think a lot of the things that we're trying to go for here with our SJSU online program is really to have that balance and that flexibility for people to enter with where they're at in life and be able to continue making progress towards these goals, not just academically, but professionally as well. So if they want to advance their careers in public health, they have this option to do that while they're juggling everything else that they have going on in life, whether they're working, whether they're raising children, whatever it is that they're doing. But then you said, like you talked about too, it brings everyone together kind of around this common goal and these common values and these common ideas, and then they get to kind of split off and go down all these different avenues where they can make an impact in the field of public health. So I think it's really awesome. So just want to thank you for your time today, Nadè, for sharing your insights as someone who was a student and is now a teacher and a practitioner in the field of public health. Thank you to our viewers, as always, for watching. You can feel free to visit our SJSU Online website to learn more about our programs and get in contact with our enrollment counselors, and we will catch you in the next live